All right, welcome to Spring Trends this Thursday morning. Thank you for joining us in another edition. Here we'll talk about issues trending on social media. My name is EVELYN, OHIOLEI, and of course we get to read reactions of people from here. Femi is right by my side. I don't know what's happening. Why are you adjusting your shirt? You're fine. You're fine.
No, that one is a rhetoric. This thing.
These are the issues. Proud people everywhere.
No, it's a follow. Have you
Thank
seen?
you.
Wait,
Nigerians, what will it take you to say thank you?
Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you. But have you seen one single Femi we no find before? Show me one.
I don't see you.
Which one is it?
I don't see you.
Which one?
I don't see.
I mean, I see you. They talk about.
I not talk. Now you talk.
You have changed your job.
Now you talk.
Have you seen the steez of Adefila?
Did I mention name?
Why are you putting your hands up?
Do you know if it is Femi that is in heaven?
Maybe you are from Edo State.
Do you know whether it's Femi that is in heaven?
Which your Femi is in heaven?
There's a Femi I know that is no longer alive.
Femi
Baba fine, forget.
With the steez.
All right, let's move on because we have limited time today. Very first story is what Nigerians woke up to or were thrown at them yesterday. New NNPCL pump price, is alarming. As you can see, the queues are so long and still they have to buy at an outrageous price. We hear that Lagos is selling for 998 naira, the Southwest 1,025 naira, Abuja is selling at 1,030 naira, the Southeast 1,045 naira, the South 1,075 naira, and the Northeast 1,070 naira. This is from the NNPC station, fueling station. Let's take reactions at Dim and Neki. She says, which Southeast is 1,035 naira? It has been 1,300 naira since last month. All right, Dim, I hope you understand they are talking about NNPCL stations. So it's possible that other fueling stations have been selling for 1,300 naira before now. And Ochuko family, I mean, he had to put that meme there. Wait till South that produces the crude oil as the highest pump price, and it's shame for us when be South people. Yes, and Pascal and Debisi says, wait, I'm not understanding this. At this point, English is not English. I'm not understanding this. Can someone explain to me how South that has the oil pays more for it than other regions? And Abubakar Nikau says, Tinubu with the exclamation mark. Our prayers to you is that you should succeed with this, your economic reform. If not, you have automatically removed not only you, but your generation from the good eyes of Nigerians. Instead of things to start getting better, it's becoming harder by the day. Femi, that's all.
It's shame one, shame two, shame three. First position, shame. Second position, shame. Third position, shame. The policymakers that have landed us here. How can you explain it? Actually, how? May 29, 2023, 180 naira, 200 naira per liter. October 9, 2024, 1,030 naira, 1,075 naira, depending on the region.
And this is NNPC fueling station. Of
course. So how many outlets does NNPC have in any, there are some states that maybe it's the only capital, the state capital that has NNPC, or maybe some of the major towns.
Yeah.
How many? Now, it's the independent marketers that owns most of the private stations, and they can't sell at this particular price. So who gets to pay in Nigeria? All producing nation. This big brother thing, where they call us, say we be senior man for Africa, look like so. Because Libya was a relatively peaceful country. Then the Saddam Hussein thing and everything around it, and then the war that happened, with everything that has befallen Libya, I can tell you they are still living fine. The currency is stronger, very much stronger than the naira. What's the big brother thing we're always pulling when it comes to maybe in sport? Even that sport is not sport. We are not on number 1 to 3 in soccer again. Maybe it's only basketball and the senior team that we are trying to do something. These are you went to the Olympics now zero. What do they do? I'm telling you, it's a shame. Really, the dollar to naira, you don't even want to go there, except you are somebody who has the business. So what exactly is working? Except rice. Rice
and rice.
And that rice, no, I'm talking about palliative.
Oh, okay.
And that rice is always audio. I never see one like this. And I know they live for GRA. Now among the people they live. So now here we are.
Yeah.
Increase chef. That meme of a chef Pawani. This is the I saw a video yesterday. I'm sorry, a clip of somebody said this is the true position of Nigerians right now. Nozzle to somebody's throat, and the throat was so dried because they are sucking life.
Yeah.
Out of the people. I said yesterday, you don't have to own a car to be affected by this particular situation because everything around is about PMS. What else do you want Nigerians to do? I'm hoping, really, we are hopeful. At the previous program, somebody spoke to us and said we should be hopeful, but where's the hope? We just be positive about life, but then I hope these things. I saw some of the, a particular individual that supports the president with his whole heart, with the APC, saying, with that thing that happened yesterday, said, let's talk the truth. He hopes the handlers of the government and everybody around this, they are not pushing people to the level that, in fact, nobody could tell anybody again. And we want a nation that works. But this is not how a nation works. I told you about how Senate president was saying, he's appealing to Nigerians, not to Japan. Because if it's not for the love of the country, he
will not be here.
He won't be here. It's because of the love of the country that is here. And these are the issues. And people that talk about the South, paying the most for the product is because you don't have a depot. The depot is in Lagos. Dangote refinery is in Lagos. Before it gets to the South, but I don't know how it works because the Northeast is quite farther from Lagos than the South.
Yeah.
How long is Benin, for example, to Lagos, Warri to Lagos, Yenagua to Lagos? So somebody going from Lagos to Damaturu, Lagos to somewhere in Borno State. Listen, I don't know how this thing works, but Lagos will always have a relatively cheaper price. And finally, you saw that queue. Almost 30 seconds or 1 minute of traveling of somebody. You saw how many cars. These are people's fathers, people's mothers. Productive, you see now.
How can people be productive?
How can they be productive?
They're supposed to be at their places
and
of work.
And sure me that some of these people no go get them before they lock that station.
Exactly.
They are just there. You go, when they open gate for you like this, you say, po, 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 and that person will get home. And imagine somebody in this queue, you now get home, and your wife will now say something is not something.
We just have to, keep up hopes.
Okay.
But it's a sad situation, by the way. We move on to the next story this morning. Let's talk security. We hear from the IG of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, that there will be payment of 10 million naira each to the families of the police officers who died in a fatal motor accident in Kano State. Remember those accidents, those officers rather, that lost their lives in that fatal motor accident. Let's take reactions right now. NBM says, what are the families of other individuals who are not part of the police system who died as well? And Pisces Stoner says, those men fit never get that amount in their entire life, but now make and I give your family 10 million naira. Had it been they were still alive, no matter how good they did their jobs, then no fit see that 10 million naira as reward. Easy Gab says, I just hope it is not propaganda. And Felix Emeka says, Nigeria happened to them quite unfortunate. And I would say personally that when officers die, normally there should be a life assurance payment. There should be their gratuity to be paid them. I don't know what this 10 million naira is about, if it's just a gesture from the police, aside their gratuity, aside their life assurance payment. I just hope that this is just a goodwill payment from the police to their families. What do you think, by the way?
I don't know how it works in the police, but just like I said, just like you said as well, maybe it's just a kind gesture from the police to support their family. It doesn't affect the statutory things they are supposed to get, maybe in the line of duty, pension, gratuity, and all of it. Maybe it's just a gesture. Let's see it that way. But many Nigerians will say, at the extreme part, and say, I say, better to die at this point. In as much you can get 10 million naira. Because many of those persons might, if you're earning 100,000 naira as a police officer, how many of them earn 100,000 naira as a police officer? You will have worked for like 10 years because before you can make 10 million naira. If actually you not touch your salary, you'll have worked for like 9 years straight. If you are earning 100,000 naira, how many officer, how many inspector is earning 100,000 naira? Expect you move to the level of this ASP and then you can earn very well. And these are some of the issues as well. But then they've died in the line of duty. That is not the way to go for many persons. But it's good that there is that initiative to say, you wouldn't die for nothing. In as much is accident. It wasn't like an ambush.
Yeah.
It wasn't like an attack.
We're
It
coming
was
back from
accident.
the state
These are the
elections.
so it's a kind gesture, but let the family have it so that it doesn't end up on an audio level.
All right, we move to our next and final story for today. Someone is livid. I mean, something is happening with the AFCC. This is not the first time that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission officers would be called out for some, issues here and there, some unprofessionalism here and there. And there is a woman who is ranting on IG saying that the EFCC needs to retrain their staff members. Let's watch this. We'll come back to take reactions.
Today I was at EFCC office. I already knew that they were moving mad. I went there because you arrested a staff of my husband. And my husband, being the owner of the company, said, lock me up instead while you are conducting whatever investigation you want to conduct. So we are going there for him to present himself. On getting there, apparently, the woman that locked up the staff ran away because we told her we were coming, and in less than 5-10 minutes, we were there. She ran away. And then out of anger, I stood in front of EFCC office and I was ranting, which was when I made the first video. After I made the video, one of the officers came to meet me. It was like, Madam, calm down, Madam, calm down. You don't need to make noise. You don't need to make noise. I was even trying to tell him that, okay, I'm not making noise, but you know your officer is doing wrong. Before you know what was happening, this guy snatched my phone from my hand. I'm like, bros, why did you snatch my phone from my hand? Unfortunately for him, as soon as I finished making the first video, I already uploaded on Facebook because I know how these people can be. You can never trust Nigerian officers, and it's a very bad reputation for people to have. He snatched my phone from my hand. I'm like, okay, why are you snatching my phone from my hand? Do you want to beat me? The next thing, he came and started using his chest to push me. Oga wanted to fill me up. Started using his chest to push me. That I'll beat you, what will you do? And I'm like, if the boy you were, beat me. He collected my phone, went away. And I'm like, bros, my personal information is on my phone. And I've remembered IG of police talking so many times that no officer has a right to collect your phone from you without a warrant. This man collected my phone from me. EFCC, if I'm lying, release the CCTV footage of the front of your office to prove me wrong. He collected the phone and went inside. And then another one, an ordinary security officer, obviously it's probably a police officer, I don't care who he is, but he's a security officer at the front desk or whatever it is they call it, at the security post. He now looked at me as I was talking. He said, Madam, no, they shout here, shout. Like any little thing in Nigeria, once they see a woman that they cannot stand, a woman that they cannot in their lifetime open mouth and talk to, once they have the opportunity to talk in a way to humble her or to bring her down, they are going to say, Ashawo. I'm supposed to feel ashamed or shut up because one useless boy that if he sees me on a good day will prostrate and is calling me Ashawo. I'm supposed to shut up because of that. I beg, whose mama no be Ashawo for here? You call me Ashawo, so make I keep quiet, make I fear you. Who are you? Who you form? Who you be? According to who are you? EFCC, you need to retrain your officers. You need to retrain them. You are supposed to learn how to de-escalate issues, not escalate issues. Because why did you snatch my phone? Why are you using your body to push me as a man, telling me you will beat me? Is that supposed to put the fear of God in me and then I'm going to keep quiet because one man said he's going to beat me? Who are you? And then another officer from nowhere that is not involved in the situation came out and
I mean, it's this is not the first time we hear of such issues like this. And in that particular video, she dared the EFCC to release the footage, their camera footage in front of their office to debunk what she has said. That's to tell you that this actually happened. If she's daring them to release the footage, confiscating her phone, you are using your chest to feel another man's why? What are you trying to do, Mr. Man? Is it part of your duties? And you calling another man, not even another man's wife, it doesn't have to even be a woman, calling her names. I mean, it's too sad. Let's take reactions. Sir Nikkei says, EFCC losing its credibility on per second billing. It's how the name of the most feared security agency has now turned into an everyday social media mess. They should be ashamed. Finally taking over the Nigerian police in messing up themselves. And Ayo Fabric says, check and balance protocol in this country is close to zero. MSS_Iona says, if you stand up for yourself in this country, you are rude. Train your kids to stand up for themselves like this. And Fire and a Legend says, the audacity and energy is encouraging. Whatever the issue is, this woman should be commended. Poor mentality. I am the warriors for this country. Madam, speak for yourself or speak your mind and it's your right. The intimidation don't did too much. And the fact that what happened actually happened to her husband, and now she, you know, everybody. That's to tell you that it doesn't matter. And like she said, once a female is so vocal, once a female knows her right, the next thing you're trying to do is to throw names at her because you want to devalue her. What's your take?
I think on many fronts, the EFCC is becoming largely unpopular, really. And not because Nigerians are now full with people with crimes, no, but then they are becoming widely petty, really. Things that matter, you guys are not doing that. The vibes that people are expecting, crime is crime, either petty, either big, millions, billions, there's it. The only people you get to post every day are Yahoo boys, which is a crime. We agree. But how about the big guys? Now, some of the, you know, how they went to Akure, how they went to some of these places, beating people with bats. The only thing we had, after denial, and people had to stand and say, this is what happened. Okay, some individuals, personnel are be identified, we will investigate. That is all in Nigeria. You know, somebody used to say in Nigeria, no, let them cheat you. That's the word in Nigeria. Go to court, go a day, voila, you are cheated. That's all. Don't allow anybody to cheat you. Know that you have your right and stand on your right. And for that individual, and some people do it. Oh, when you see a vocal person, they say, oh, now like this, they follow your husband off for house. How is the person's husband in this matter? And you know, sometimes it happens. That some men, they are like, let it go matter. Their wives know that this one, no, they go. No. And it can be like that. You know what they say?
That's why it's good if you are a sheep, marry a goat.
I don't know about that part.
Marry a goat.
But then
marry somebody where you know the year
please, let's do what is right. Security agencies, you know, somebody said it, you should have the woman know how to de-escalate. Not to escalate matters and throw because you want, and one junior officer, you see the way I do mine. One junior officer, because you want to impress your boss. You say, oh, yeah, get out of the way. No, but know that you have your right. Know that you are the one that is in the right before you throw this kind of audacity. But, you know, kudos to that woman.
Yeah, kudos to her. That's the much we can take.
The organ want trouble, but that woman, no, they agree.
Exactly. That's the much we can take on Spring Trends for today. Make a return tomorrow for another interesting time. It's going to be the TGIF edition. My name is EVELYN OHIOLEI. Femi, thank you for doing this always with me.
My pleasure.
And I leave you with that advice I gave the other time. If you're a sheep, marry a goat. You need someone that does not hear word, so you won't be cheated in Nigeria. Bye.